So, where does blogging go from here, particularly in terms of environmental issues?
In terms of environment, I think blogging needs to start helping people come up with ways to concretely impact their politicians, to call on this bill, go to your local congressional office, get in their face politely, but get in their face, make your presence known, and let them know that, hey, your constituents really care about this issue. Help people interface with their state and local governments, where they're often a lot more sophisticated. Several hundred of America's mayors have come together in support of local carbon reductions, local green roof programs, and so we need to start trumpeting those efforts and helping people push those at the local policy level, because in a lot of ways they're so much more responsive to grassroots and public influence than the DC people they're all listening to lobbyists and they all want to know what Chevron thinks, what Exxon thinks. We've already seen that they think AT&T is a far more important constituency than any of their constituents who've been spied on in the last years, which is probably all of us, but now we'll never know. So it's important to talk to the politicians who will listen to the extent that we can.
There's a growing and thriving environmental blogosphere. Much as there is a portion of the citizenry that's very focused on the environment.
Yes.
Do you think that there is the right level of prioritization in the larger blogosphere to get environmental messages and ideas out into the larger discourse?
No, I think, here's the thing. I feel like it's one of those issue silos, like, there's the feminist bloggers over there, and, they're doing their thing, right? And they're the subject matter experts, and they'll take care of it. And then there are the people who talk about race, they're doing a good job over there, and they know what they're saying, right? And, when it comes to, like, the environment, I think a lot of people just feel like, I don't know enough about this, maybe, it's not my issue. The environmental bloggers are over there, and they're doing a great job. Go on, guys. Yay. We're behind you all the way.
But your position, because you do a lot of environmental blogging, but you blog on places like MyDD and Open Left that are not environmentally specific. So
it's true.
How do we get more of that done?
I think the environmental movement and people like myself, and I'm sure that I have a large share of, or my share, whatever, of what this is. And we need to make our message such that it's easy for people to digest. It's easy for people to repeat and to understand, and so that people don't have to feel like, oh, am I, not smart enough to talk about this? It's ridiculous. These are issues that affect all of us, that affect all of our daily lives. The environment is what we eat. How we get where we need to go, what we breathe, all these things. Everybody knows enough to talk about them, and it's the failing of us who write and speak and work in the environmental movement, I think, to get across something that people feel comfortable talking about and comfortable that they can repeat that message to somebody else and have it be understood.
It seems like one of the challenges there is once the rubber hits the road on policy, environmental issues get real complicated real fast and very susceptible to greenwashing, where something could sound very nice, but in the details it's not so nice at all. Mm-hmm. Is there a way that blogging can counter that dynamic?
Well, I think blogging is pretty much the only media format, mainstream media format that really does address substantially corporatism. Because what we have right now isn't really, what they call centrism in DC is often just corporatism. There's no public constituency that you can say said was at the center of the FISA issue. AT&T is not centrist, right? There's nothing. That doesn't even mean anything. And it's the same in the environmental community, where you have these supposedly centrist positions that are really just corporatist positions. And I think that's a message that the blogosphere is uniquely suited to carry forward, because we also have a large readership base that are educated about the dangers of corporate takeover of government, corporate takeover of regulatory agencies in a whole host of policy arenas.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.